EV startup with big plans. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. We'll have that story in a moment, but first, headlines. Ford is expressing further concerns about the Trump administration's steel and aluminum tariffs. In March, the U.S. said it would impose a 25% levy on imported steel and a 10% tariff on imported aluminum from most countries. The tariffs have allowed U.S. steel producers to raise their prices.
U.S. steel is costing more than anywhere else in the world.
That's Ford's president of global operations, Joe Hinrichs. He spoke with reporters Monday at the automaker's Michigan assembly plant near Detroit, where production of the midsize Ranger pickup will begin next week. Hinrichs says Ford is talking to the Trump administration about the tariffs.
We're working very closely with all the parties, including the U.S. government, to work on solutions for that. And the government knows our position on where we need it to be able to competitive globally.
Last month, Ford CEO Jim Hackett called on President Donald Trump's team to resolve trade disputes quickly. He said U.S. steel and aluminum tariffs would cost the automaker $1 billion in profit in 2018 and 2019, even though Ford sources most of the materials from the U.S. Bloomberg reports domestic hot-rolled coil, the benchmark price for American-made steel, has gained 28% in 2018 as the Trump administration implemented tariffs on imports. Electric vehicle startup Faraday Future saying today it is planning to cut staff wages by 20%. That's in addition to an unspecified number of layoffs. The moves come as the company looks to reduce operational costs. Faraday Future CEO Jiayu Ting has also agreed to a salary of $1 a year. The company, which has ambitions of challenging Tesla, added that it is looking for investors. Renault today reporting a 6% drop in third quarter revenue. The French automaker says it was hit by a downturn in emerging market sales. Revenue fell to about $13.3 billion in the 3 months ending September 30th. However, Renault reiterated full-year guidance for 2018, including an increase in revenue. And Twitter is Tesla CEO Elon Musk's preferred way to communicate with customers, analysts, and reporters. But Musk said today the social media giant temporarily locked his account after thinking it had been hacked. Quote, "Twitter thought I got hacked and locked my account, haha." Several hours before that post, Musk asked if users wanted to buy Bitcoin. It's a French maker of autonomous shuttle buses that recently opened a small assembly plant in Saline, Michigan. And the company has big plans for the factory 40 miles west of Detroit.
It can hold 15 passengers.
Navia plans to build industrial tractors and robo-taxis there, along with its shuttle buses, which are operating on the University of Michigan campus in Ann Arbor. Navia CEO Christophe Sapet says the company has an edge of 18 to 24 months over rivals who are still testing vehicles. That's because Navia is already booking sales of its current sold product. The company has made 100 shuttles, with sales of 89 of them costing $320,000 each. The shuttles sold mainly to operators of dedicated transit systems. Sapet says the U.S. should become Navia's largest market. And staying with mobility, in the shift toward developments such as ride-sharing and ride-hailing services, few dealers see these trends as the end of the dealership model. That's according to the latest phase of a Cox Automotive study. In fact, Cox's Joe George explains most dealers see the change as an opportunity to increase their fixed operations businesses. However, with expanding mobility options, more than half of the retailers surveyed say they expect the number of rooftops to shrink. And nearly half think consumers will own or lease fewer vehicles per household in the next 10 years. 430 retailers were surveyed. We'd like to ask you for your thoughts. If you have any feedback about the newscast or would like to send us your story ideas, feel free to email me at jvong@crane.com. We appreciate you watching. Take care.